What up? I'm back. I'm back, chat. Let me get this nigga ass. You know how I do it.
It's the Los Angeles Rams.
This is the Los Angeles Rams against the Baltimore Ravens.
Mike Tirico along with my partner Greg Olson. That's the kicker. Tyler Luke set to get this started.
Y'all heard him? He don't use the computer assistance. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
Y'all heard him, chat? He use the computers. I'm finna mute your ass. We can't even get a game going, dog. The fuck, man? Y'all hear that shit, Chad? He's scared to get the game going. Okay, this is how the Rams do it.
Throwing to begin. It's Stafford. This one complete to Atwell.
Woo, I'm doing like that too, dude. Started the game out.
They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down. A shotgun snap to Stafford. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. It's
Yes, sir. That's how it's done.
Rams first down. First carry here for Kyron Williams.
Get you some Williams. We'll take 3 of them. Get you going. Gotta get you going. Get this guy going, man.
From the shotgun.
Light work. Easy money. Easy money. Light work.
Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Methodical drive.
On the give, it's Williams. And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9. So, from the 26-yard line, here's second and a yard. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's out wide to Williams. And they'll pick
I'll ride it to Williams.
gain of about 4.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, but we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels...
And he's in. Kyron Williams. Touchdown, Rams.
Let's go, Rams. That's how it's done.
A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to
Get it.
sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
The extra point from
Let's
30.
get it. Let's
And the
go.
Rams will take a 7-0 lead. So following the score, here's Evans to send it away.
Dude ain't nowhere, man. Dude ain't nowhere.
This returnable from the 4.
Don't do him like that.
The 25-yard.
Don't do him like that, late. Quit late, baby.
A first down throw for Jackson. Forced out wide. Going up top and looking for Andrews. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's how we gonna do it. I told you that what I say, them tight ends. Gotta put them tight ends in effect.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
Good play.
Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot.
Bad tackling.
It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run. Got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
That is incomplete. They were trying to take the lead, but they're going to remain down by a point.
Oh, remain down. I say to play the best and beat the best. You gotta be the best, and you ain't the best. Let's go.
And we're back to it as the kicks away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Drive begins with a run by Williams. And he's going to be taken on the other side of the 50-yard line. But even 20 yards, impressive start to this drive.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game. And you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
First down, right back to Williams. And he'll get about 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 4. Working out of the gun, Stafford. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. It's 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Stafford. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down.
Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they turn it over on down.
All right, Mike, so in this situation, a defensive coordinator has
Ain't
2
nobody
options.
hold them. What the hell? Y'all see that?
Aggressive and go after the quarterback. In this case, they chose the latter, and that's why they were able to force the turnover on downs.
Modest game, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The shotgun, here's Jackson. Taking off, and he is out of bounds. Give him 11 on the scramble, and give them a new set of downs.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense.
I know how to stop it.
Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end, Mark Andrews, that time. And it'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
And I like this defensive game plan. When you're going against an elite quarterback like this guy, Mike, you have to get bodies in his face. You have to get him around his feet. You have to move him off his spot. Because if he can sit there in rhythm, on time, comfortable in the pocket, he is going to pick you apart. So it doesn't always have to be a sack, but you have to make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. The Rams out to the early lead. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Jackson up top again. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. Oh, the elusiveness on display there. Nifty footwork setting up first and goal.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Again, it's Jackson. Forced to his right. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's first and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
I've always gone by the philosophy, Mike, that the pass sets up the run. And in these last two plays, that's exactly what happened. You hit them with the big pass, they adjust. You soften them up a little bit, you take advantage for the big gain on the ground.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They keep beating him. 15 more on the ground. And another first down. They'll go again with Williams. He's got another first down and more. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap. Not this one. They stop him for no gain. Line of scrimmage the 7 for second and goal. Now it's Stafford. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's what he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Third and goal. Now Stafford on third and goal. And he'll take it on in. Davante Adams. Touchdown, L.A.
Let's go.
On comes Joshua Carty for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Justice Hill to return.
Get that shit up out of here, man.
Past the 25. Decent
I'm
field
bringing the
position
thunder this
to start
game.
this drive.
Ain't no more chance. Ain't no more chances, dog.
I'll take a chance. Yeah, but the thing is, let's go. And dramatically, you do it with both groups. It's not like they go into the second group when they're in training camp or when they're in practice and say, hey, because you are different than the first one, we're going to run so. This is going to be a man.
Jackson now to throw on first down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nathan Redmond. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys first and 10 in the red zone.
Let's go.
Any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus, and that's what we see here. There's a little space, he does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
They run over center with Williams. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Brings up second and 9.
It is second and 9. Here's Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. Get about 6 before he's taken down. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll come back to Baltimore. After this, here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Williams. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Nice run right there. You get down here into the red zone area, Mike, and yards are hard to come by. He's able to stick his head in there, and
he barrels his way into the end zone. Kyron Williams. Touchdown, Los Angeles. His second.
No, don't do him like that. I'm doing like that, Williams. Let's go.
So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
We hub it.
Your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike. Absolutely. You have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
So following the score, here's Evans to send it away. Here comes Hill on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Jackson pushed out to his left. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he'll run. And he is out of bounds at the 45. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down. Throwing Jackson. Forced out wide. Going up top and looking for Andrews. And he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. It's a big one for the Ravens. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Jackson now. He's got it inside the 5. To the goal line and in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown Ravens. That's his second touchdown tonight. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. So again, they will try for 2. This time, it comes from the 7-yard line.
13. Middle.
In motion goes Likely. Now it's Jackson. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
Decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you can see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, at least come off the field and catch their breath.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. On the return, this is Blake Corum. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Trying the left side, here goes Williams. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. Now a timeout Rams, it's number 2, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Field finds tight end in the middle of the field to take me. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. The Rams use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. First down, it is Williams. Healing forward for maybe a yard. Roquan Smith there to bring him down. Second down, 8 yards to go. To throw is Stafford. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. Through the middle of the field. And he will go all the way. 2-2 Atwell. Touchdown Rams.
Let's go. Touchdown Rams.
Stafford has his guys set. They'll try to add 2 more after the touchdown. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. The clock is stopped for 26 seconds until the break. Stafford brings the Rams to the line. They'll try to get 2.
The Rams will line up for the two-point conversion.
Back to throw. That one backed away and incomplete. Good work here defensively. The drive for 2 does not work. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes Hill on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now, Jackson on the move left, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
Brings up second and 13 at the 26-yard line.
Second down, Jackson moving to his right. He runs with it. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. Good for a Raven first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Jackson looking to throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes Hill on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Let's go. Tighten up on the defense. They still a threat.
Up on a second and 7 from the 27. Jackson exiting the pocket right. He's going to keep it himself.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short game.
Moving outside the pocket. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Let's go.
And this is going to backfire in a big way. Going for it on their own side of midfield, but they turn it over on downs. A give left side. Here's Williams. He brings this to about the 26-yard line. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in on the tackle. Second and 7. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game. Well, this is why the head coach makes the big bucks, Mike, to make decisions decisions like that, I think at this point in the third quarter, you have a chance to really make a statement by coming away with 6. I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going for it on here on 4th down. I'm being aggressive.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. And he's going to have the Rams 1st down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
Pretty simple here, Mike. Every team, they have this sheet up in the box. It's their own analytics telling them when to go for it, when not to go for it. And in this spot, their metrics say go for it. He sneaks the ball, 1st down.
And it'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll run. It's Williams. And he's into the end zone yet again.
Let's go, Chad.
Touchdown, LA. His big night continues. His 3rd touchdown of the game. And making a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value. And so far, this guy's been incredible.
Here comes Hill on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Back to throw, Jackson. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target.
2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down. Here's Jackson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Out to his right, going up top and looking for Andrews. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 39 yards.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. To the air one more time with Jackson. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. Incompletion. He was trying to get that one to Isaiah Likely. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Hey, Alpha, tonight.
With a shotgun, here's Jackson. Rolling right. Now he takes off. And he will be out of bounds. There is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what that is all about. A 1st down throw for Jackson. On the run to the right. He's going to tuck it and go. And this takes
I let you have that underneath with a mark.
inside the 20-yard line.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven.
From the gun, Jackson. There he goes again. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the 1st down.
4 yards. That's another Baltimore 1st down.
To throw is Jackson. And he's in. Rajante Wester. Touchdown, Baltimore. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? they've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He'll look to throw. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
Good drive, good drive.
As the kick's away. On the return, here comes Corum. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 21st.
At their own 24-yard line.
Now it's Williams. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Malachi starts there for the stop.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Stafford. Caught by Nakua on the out route. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far. But that one gives him a first down. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, Stafford. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Taken in by Higbee. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Great run after the catch in the open field. A pickup of 24. On the give, it's Williams. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 2. Now it's Stafford. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Tutu Atwell was the one he was looking for. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
Yo,
Here's Stafford.
What up?
I got going, man.
Defensively, it sets up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you
You
can
been
see
beating how many times you lose?
Yeah, that's our first guy.
Yeah, first game.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's our first game, what is that? I should have just kicked the field goal to put this nigga away. I ain't kicked this field goal.
Stafford to throw it. That is incomplete. He couldn't get the connection on 4th. Gonna give the ball over on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL,
What a
game
thinking of, man. I should have kicked the fucking field
Well,
goal.
that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
I know my joystick ain't drifting.
To about 3. It's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Now Jackson. Forced out wide. Going up top and looking for Andrews.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just...
Oh, this nigga muted me, man.
Time now.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Factor
Yeah, that
as
nigga
we
is muted.
get to third down. Throwing Jackson.
Ooh.
Yes, he is.
Inside the 20-yard line.
Oh.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Here we go. This is fourth down. Jackson now. Forced to his right. Taking off.
Ooh. He ain't gonna do it. He ain't got it in him. He don't know how to run, man.
He had it. He fucked it up. He
Yeah,
had
yeah.
it. He ran out of bounds.
They'll run it. First carry of the game for Blake Cora. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. So, 2 minutes to play. Here
Oh.
He kicked this fucking field goal this time, though.
sports.
And I was just right here and didn't kick the field goal. Field goal range. I can kick. I got a leg on.
Once again, it's Cora.
Kick the field goal right now. That's what I be doing. I ain't gonna stop.
Whistles here. We have another stopper. Timeout.
2 point. I mean, 2 scores. He still got to score twice. How you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
No, don't play with him. Fuck around and turn it over. You feel me?
Yeah, you're right.
So now,
He was like, what?
coming here. This to make it a 2-possession lead. This one is going to run out of steam.
What?
It's no good.
You miss? No.
A 2-possession.
No.
Oh, that was on the money. Like, what the fuck?
They talking about no, not enough power. That's crazy.
Buying time. Going up top and looking for Andrews.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding...
Oh, hey, you see, he learned that play for.
Yeah, he keep doing it. He keep doing it. That's all he doing.
Plenty of time.
Hey, he figured that out. He almost killed me with that motherfucker.
First and 10. They'll look to throw.
Ooh! Oh, okay. Cut to the left. Cut to the left. Hey. Oh shit! I know he laughing like a motherfucker.
Oh, his ass, dog.
4 left to go in the game.
That's how he did me when I came on the outside. He ran straight through the middle. So you gotta hesitate.
Jackson.
Oh! Oh shit!
Final minute.
I know he talking all shit right now to himself.
Remaining, but what a sequence of events here, Mike. I mean, late in the game, they get the
Yeah,
touchdown
yeah.
that they needed
It
to
ain't
tie
no.
it, and now they can take
He said, yeah, I had to mute him, man. He talking about, hey, chat. Hey, I
Hey,
chat.
yeah.
Big moment here for the Ravens.
I said, oh, he could have put you on there,
For
too.
the two-point conversion.
Ravens will line up for the two-point conversion.
Throwing now from the gun. Flush to his right.
He's dumb.
Why you didn't just kick the field goal?
Trash. He just fucked up, man.
mind on this two-point try, but
Yeah, y'all see that chat
it's not going to work out.
on his head. It's a good game, but to be the best, you gotta beat the best. And he can't. He can't.
Maybe run a two-minute offense.
I'm the fucking best.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Here's first down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. This one batted away. That's incomplete. Jair Alexander is there to bat that one away. On second down, here's Stafford. He gets it into the hands.
Oh, he mad. He finna quit.
Inside the 20.
Oh, he mad.
They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
Y'all see that chat? I told him I was taping this motherfucker. You gotta know I'm cold, man. That nigga don't believe that I'm cold.
Big spot for the
The Rams be going heads up. They going heads up with the Ravens.
Back to throw. Stafford. And he's into the
They ain't got the 2 point just in case he try some shit, you know?
and it's an 8-point lead here in the fourth.
Just in case the nigga try some shit.
All of us can
Get out my way, dude.
we were during a
These are your Rams.
this close to the goal line.
Don't stanky legs them like that, dude.
Unlike that time, they ran this pass play.
Let's go.
The result, 2 points.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Oh, he's got room past the 30.
Shoot.
Start as the return
Great.
past the 40.
This that Z shit. This that Z shit. Damn.
Here's first and 10. Jackson looking to throw. Taking off. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. They'll stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. Final minute, one timeout remaining. And it's first and 10. Now, Jackson. Moving to his right.
He should have threw that bitch. He tweaked.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down.
Where are you gonna throw it at?
Little slow
The nigga that was cutting across the field. He gonna be, I punched it too fast. Damn. I hate this game.
That's what he say.
The reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. To complete less than half.
He tweaking. He's scared. I'd have been throwing that bitch. Fuck that running.
They want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one. He's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
13, 13.
There we go.
And down he goes. Oh, costly sack. Can't have that here. Timeout. And barring a defensive penalty, we're down to one play in this one. Here comes second down. Back to throw. Jackson. Moving left. Going up top and looking for Flowers. And that's going to be incomplete.
They good.
Here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So,
Yeah, nigga, hey,
this was a game where
trying to test my motherfucking game, man. Don't test my game, like I ain't that dude. Like I ain't that dude.
A few more defensive stops their opponents did. That's the difference in this one.
Look at that shit, man. That's what I was doing, man.
Our entire
And then
team.
that box. Look at the box.
NFL on EA Sports. For more,
I say,
log on to EASports.com.
you got in that box going nice amount of time, too. That was a good
A
point.
terrific night.
I told him every time I threw him out against this Baltimore, I whooped his ass. Dude, I had 180 years old person.
I was watching the game, man. Look. No, hold on. Hold on. When you had it, he pulled in when he was chasing your wide receiver on the cut. He pulled in, but you ran and you supposed to toss it to his ass.
I know, because I blew. That whole game I was pushing the wrong buttons because he got me, though, because I'm going to tell you, he didn't throw the ball that much that game. He started running it, and it kind of threw my defense off because I kept picking the defense for the throwing play, but by the time I got hit to him, he already had a little score, so he had me shook a little bit.
Man, I know. I could tell when you was throwing the ball. I'm like, no, nigga, pass that bitch like you was passing it on me, nigga.
Yeah, you know, he had me shook a little bit, gang. I ain't gonna lie.
No, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I noticed me you playing like he got you shook, nigga.
I had that nigga shook.
Just a little bit. Because he ran the ball, bro, I wasn't here for that. That's the only thing. I was looking for a nigga to throw. He a bum, though, because I could have beat him. And then I was making all kind of mistakes, man. I smashed that nigga if I played back to back. Hey, but look, man, I'm gonna make your thing tomorrow, man. That nigga, that's gonna be a last place game, because I ain't got time to play my bread, dog. For real, because look, I had smashed these, right? Because they just start saying, oh, these cool, because they bubble wrap. And nigga, till I got to the crib, see what I'm saying? I said, oh, no, look.
What that motherfucker see through?
Yeah, look. I ain't even see what it looked like with the stuff in there. I don't know if you see through, but no, you can't.
No, I just see that shit.
Yeah, so I don't know. I might rock the silver. I mean, it's cool. I was gonna rock the deep, but yeah, that nigga gonna be dead. Cause he talking about what I gotta see. I said, bro, don't worry about it, bro. I just seen you lose $14 back, and what's gonna happen is, I say, bro, just buy some low. He talking about low ain't selling, man. He buying the smoke. I said, yeah, but he be buying a couple of them. I say, what's gonna happen is, gang. After this, I'm gonna pencil in what I get them for, and I'm gonna see if I throw you a price. I know you spend like $1 for it. That way, you'll have it. Then if he won't, he just gotta come out and do it.
I ain't got no words.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that, man, because I ain't that nigga ain't been carrying me. Because
Ah.
niggas about to ship and fight. You know what that's gonna be in the order. Nigga, I said, ain't no nigga buying no joint. Nigga ain't the shit, the 150 and that's the shipping price. That don't work like that. Pay 150 ship, they finna hit you for another $30, $40 a year. You playing that nigga money.
I'm finna get ready and play him. I ain't even got no invite. He still
What?
talking about an invite if I'm finna play you.
You want me to send an invite?
Yeah,
What they trash can talking about?
oh, damn, that nigga that hug up the phone. He talking like, yeah, man, he had me shook a little bit, man.
Yeah, I know I had his ass sure.
Cause when I seen the play, I'm like, oh, he finna hit it. Then you bit a little bit. I'm like, oh, he finna throw it. This nigga run the fucking ball, fool.
And I knew he was gonna run it.
Like, man, you supposed to toss that bitch.
But I kind of got shook for a minute in the middle of the game because I had on about 2 tutties, man, and let the nigga come back.
Let him come back.
Yeah, because he couldn't stop the run. He kept on thinking I was going to pass it, and I was killing. Oh, let me stop this guy.